Wait. No, I'm ready. Sorry.
Are you a professional?
No, I am.
All right, I'm sorry it has been so long in between cooking episodes. My former executive producer, director, camera woman has left. Big contract dispute. Not going to get into it, but since then I have thrown away $600 worth of HelloFresh meals, which is very painful. But I got a ton ready to make for you tonight. The two most fresh ones that haven't gone rancid yet are Firehouse cheeseburgers or cheesy smothered mushroom chicken. I'm leaning towards the chicken because I went to Fat Cats today for cheeseburgers. So here's today's meal. We have cheesy smothered mushroom chicken, but we're also gonna make some broccoli and whatever these are. Maybe a little fucking suja. Maybe a little rotisserie chicken. Possibly a zucchini. We're gonna freestyle, we're gonna improv. So here we have cheesy smothered mushroom chicken. Better be fresh, just came in today. We have, where's the prep time? The prep time is, doesn't even say. All right, anyway, we're gonna adjust the rack to the top position and preheat oven to 425 degrees. Bake, 425. Oven light. Wash and dry produce. That's gonna take a while. While we're washing the produce, I don't really take a position on politics. I'm a chef. But this whole Hunter Biden thing where people saying there's no evidence of any wrongdoing, these are the same people who said masks do nothing. And then the next day they said you need to wear a mask. And then the next day they said the Hunter Biden laptop was a farce. And they weren't held accountable for any of those lies. Oh yeah, they also said that the China virus didn't come from China. But they weren't held responsible for any of those lies. And now they're saying there's no evidence of any wrongdoing by Hunter Biden. So forget Hunter Biden. I'm not going to say what they would do if one of Trump's sons did the same thing because I don't believe in that whataboutism. But just imagine, like, you've lived on the same block for about 30 years and every now and then, you see your neighbor's kid. Well, let's take the dad. The dad does a decent job, decent paying job. He's been doing it for like 70 years. And then all of a sudden he retires and makes as much in 8 minutes as he did in 20 years of the job he did for not teaching a class at Penn, paid through a foundation set up from the Chinese government. But that's weird, whatever, it happens. And then he's got a son who's always been a dick, like foul at everything. Occasionally you'd see him puking in the yard. Like one time, you saw him like banging through the window, banging 3 prostitutes with a gun to his head while smoking crystal meth, and his dead brother's widow, who was also his wife, is in the next room with their kids. And not really like the career trajectory you would expect. And then the same kid all of a sudden is making tens of millions of dollars as a natural gas export paid by adversaries of the U.S. government. You might think, you know what, that's kind of odd. And then let's just say the same kid magically transforms from oil and gas expert to the most profitable artist of this generation, selling like 30-second paintings for $500,000 over and over and over again. Never took a class on oil and gas. I mean, he was essentially a life coach to the Middle East. A crackhead who spent $280,000 on internet porn. Internet porn is free. Whatever you want, you can get it. It costs nothing. This guy spent over $250,000 on internet porn. Another $700,000 on prostitutes. That's fair, that's fine, reasonable, fair value, it happens. But he spent $250,000 on porn. And people are paying him millions of dollars to give them advice on how to best spend their money. No red flags, like not even one. Do you think maybe if you didn't have Trump derangement syndrome, you might find that a little bit odd? You know, it's just not, well, whatever. So we're washing the produce. Produce includes potatoes. I think I have a board here somewhere. Might be clean, might be dirty. We're gonna risk it. Washing the carrots. Washing the, I don't know, maybe shallots? We'll call them shallots. All right, and now, scallions. Fuck. So close. They're really simple. Trim, peel, and cut carrots on a diagonal into 1-inch thick pieces. Trim and thinly sliced mushrooms. Skip if your mushrooms are pre-sliced. They are not. Trim and thinly sliced scallions, not shallots. So going here, we have nothing. Going here, we have a peeler. Another thing, like, I don't care what your policy is. Like, I don't care if you think babies should be aborted, like, up until the age of 4, you know, when they're old enough to decide their gender and start cutting off their own organs. That's fine. You know, if you believe it, that's your policy. That's your conviction. God bless you. I might disagree with you, but for those people who honestly say that Biden is not suffering from severe cognitive decline, it's like I just lose all respect for you intellectually. Like, how can we have an honest political or philosophical debate when you've already proved that you're ready to deny reality? The reality is this guy's lost his marbles. It's just so dishonest. It's like I see him walking towards Air Force One helicopter. People make fun of my knives. Everybody makes fun of my knives. I'm gonna get a wrong knife. Nobody likes my knives. This will be good enough for a carrot. So he walks through it, and he knows he's got to answer like 2, maybe 3 questions before he gets onto the helicopter to take a nap under his blanket. And it reminds me of when I used to live with my grandparents, and if I was going to stay out late, which happened every night, I had to call them and let them know. But they wouldn't give me a key, and they wouldn't leave the door unlocked, which meant in order for me to get to bed, I had to answer like 3 or 4 questions from my grandma. And that's the same way he feels going on the helicopter, because after I'd had about 30 beers, my ability to articulate was reduced by 30 to 45%. And my ability to comprehend after those 30 beers was reduced by 40 to 50%, which is pretty much where Biden is when he answers those 2 to 3 questions before he gets on the helicopter. Like, I just wanted to get to bed, and I just want to answer those questions as well as I could. And I always thought I did a good job answering them, but I know damn well I didn't. And the only difference between me and him is he's standing under whirling blades of a helicopter. I don't know if his team are just fucking idiots or they have a good sense of humor, but I have a lot of friends and family over 80 years old. They do not handle ambient noise well. So rather than put him in a quiet room, full focus, full cochlear ability, they put him underneath the fucking whirlybirds. Like, what? Are you taunting him? That's elder abuse. Anyway, toss carrots on a baking sheet with a drizzle of oil, salt, and pepper. Roast on top rack until tender. So here's our baking sheet. Drizzle of oil, salt, and pepper. We have Bertolli. This. So, real quick funny story. Before I went to Ireland, I had like 6 of these HelloFresh meals, and all of the side accoutrements had gone bad. So it was like chicken and sausage and beef and steak, all these meats. So I put them in this huge wok over here together, and I was just gonna make like a sloppy joe out of it, let no food go to waste. And I took this, where is it? I think I hid it so I wouldn't do it again. Took this Montreal steak seasoning, and I shockingly had a few substances that night. Went to sprinkle it in, and instead of opening up this side, I opened up that side, and about a third of this container went on that meat that was perfectly browned, and took 2 bites of it. It was disgusting. Got through it all away, and then took like 2 more bites. I was covering with ketchup and mustard and honey mustard and mayonnaise just so I wouldn't waste it. And it just wrecked my intestines. It was not healthy at all. All right, back to the carrots. Drizzle, 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 drizzle. All right, that's a drizzle. Salt, always double check. See, not that side. Fool me once, shame. Fool me. You get the idea. All right. Roast on top rack until tender, 25-30 minutes. I'm not moving that rack. It's really hot. I'm just gonna do whatever. All right, meanwhile, dice potatoes into 1/2-inch pieces. Peel first for a smoother texture. Place in a large pot with enough salted water to cover by 2 inches. Bring to a boil. 1/2-inch pieces. So we're gonna go. Having a good knife really makes a huge difference until you cut yourself. We're going a little big, a little small. You know what? The most important thing is cooking, diversity. Diversity is always good. It's never, ever a bad thing when you have diversity. Unless you have a lack of diversity in, say, the NBA, when 80% of the players are black, which is 7 times the national average. That's the best kind of diversity. Or in like prisons when 95% are men and 5% are women. We don't notice those discrepancies because diversity is very specific. It is not universal. It's not based on any sort of a truth or ethics or morality or character. It's just diversity. All right, so we're taking these things. We're going to throw them into this thing. Enough salted water to cover by 2 inches. Bring to a boil in 10 or 15, 20. All right, I don't have any salted water, so I'm gonna improvise. I'm gonna put water and then add salt. Danny, you're an expert on 2 inches. Can you let me know when this gets
well over.
And do not forget, we need to reserve a 1/2 cup of this cooking liquid to add to the mashed potatoes. Walk. My old camera woman wouldn't let me use a fan, but there. Look how big that is. Look at that, it's climbing up the sides. That doesn't seem right. All right, we're gonna dice potato, reserve 1/2 cup potato liquid, the 1/2 cup potato cooking liquid, then drain and return potatoes to keep covered off heady ready. While potatoes cook, pat chicken dry with paper towels and season all over with salt and pepper. So we already have chicken cutlet, ground beef, chicken cutlet, ground beef, sweet Italian chicken sausage mix. These are the meats of meals past. That sweet Italian chicken sausage. All right, this one's thawed. We're gonna pat the shit out of it. And you know what? A lot scissors are scissors, but these are so expensive that they actually turn into scissor. So if you ever want to scissor anything, I got you. Yeah, they're back. So we're gonna cut this chicken cutlet, throw it onto a, God damn it. Fuck. So we're gonna pat this thing dry until we run out of paper towels, which is, man, Get all the salmonella we can out of the wood board where it can't be washed out. That's fucking great. What paper towels? I wanted to pat this so violently until it was so thoroughly dry. Now we're doing it. You know what? Let's get a fancy plate. Fancy plates are here. Casual plates are here. But this is a big meal, so I'm gonna use the fancy plate. Season all over with salt and ooh, how do I get the paper towel off the chicken? All right, might be a little paper towel on the chicken, but just the fibers is fine. All right, season all over. Black pepper, correct side. Turn it over, turn it over. Heat a drizzle of oil in a large pan over medium-high heat. Add chicken, cook till brown, cook through, transfer to a plate. So we got a lot of choices here. We got cast iron skillet, or a wok. Cast iron skillet takes longer to heat, but then gets hotter. This heats quicker, doesn't get as hot. I think we're gonna use this one. And this time we're gonna go with the Kirkland Wildflower Honey. No, we're not. We're gonna go with the Kirkland Organic Extra Virgin Olive Oil. I'm like way too mature to make an extra virgin joke, so I'm just gonna pour it in. And we'll put that to a medium-high heat. Meanwhile, we got the carrots going. We got the